I don't know if well, the light is not too bad, I don't guess. I uh, I did some picking out yesterday. I just peeled that out because it was irritating me so badly. I'm not really going to do any picking out today. But there was a tiny little piece of dried cuticles right there that was underneath the nail, and where I had carved away at this yesterday trying to get started on trimming this back. And so it was irritating me, so I took the forceps and managed to grab the end of it, and it pulled all the way out around back to here. It's a cuticle string, and that's it right there. It's a pretty good little piece. But this is what I've got now after I bloodied up my hands pretty good yesterday. If you look at my fingers in the side light, you'll see that they're lumpy. I've showed that before. That's just all this dead cell material is finally emptying out, trying to make new nails, and my fingers are deflating. They're diminishing in the dimensions. You can see the off color of the skin. It's actually brown, and now the top skin is starting to dry up and flake off too. Not just down here where I've been working on it, but all over. You can see there. This is actually a callus now that I can feel. This top layer of skin is dead, and several layers of skin are dead, and they're flaking off also. It's not just down here where I'm working. My hands, bottom of my hands are dimply. You can't see the white spots under there, but it's all the same thing. My hands, the back of my hands, my fingers, everything was just jammed full of dead cell material, and my hands and fingers were swollen up unbelievably, really. And I was going to start rolling these lumps that I've still got under my fingers, but they're changing on their own, kind of. It's like they're being wicked away, and it's moving down and out. They're actually getting a little smaller, and they're getting a little softer and more malleable. They're not as dense as they were. It's all pretty good. It's incremental, and and you don't really notice it all the time, but it's all starting to work in reversing the damage. So something that's pretty dramatic here. Let's see, what finger was that on? As you can see that this is all dead skin up under here. The nail is finally scaling back, and you see it's gonna come off all the way back to there. You know, this is all damaged nail in here. It's been there, and all of this, everything that was forward of there, has always been projected out over dead skin. It's only just now being revealed, but you can see now that this flubber bumper, which used to be much bigger, and I peeled off 1/8 of an inch of skin off the front of my finger. So it was out here, and then the nail was out further than that. So now as you see this nail as scales back, you can see that all of this is just more and more and more built up dead callus skin. This is, you can see the whole ring. It's like a life preserver or something. That whole thing is dead skin all the way around, all that red. And it's going to all flake up and go away. And all of this has to break up and go away before this new nail material will be able to come out and occupy the nail bed. But even when that starts to happen, all of this buildup is still going to be overlapping the nail bed, which is under here somewhere. And it's more rectangular. It's straight on the sides, and it goes from back here somewhere out to here. And that's where the nail is actually supposed to be. But this is still, I've still on all of my fingers. You can see I've got this huge buildup, and you can see the list of the layers of them there. This is all layer and layer and layer, ring and ring and ring of dead cuticle. That would pick out, you know, this is all just dried up overnight. See? And that's new material coming out, but this is new material too. This is just coming out now, and it's going over the old damage, and it's trying to make new cover nails. It's all trash, and it'll all have to go away until it's back, until I've got the nail bed exposed, and it's coming out in direct contact and adhering to the nail bed. We haven't really done anything. We're not back there where we need to be. I'm trying not to cut myself here. But you can see how that line cleans up right away. But this is just another layer and another layer and another layer. There's 1, 2, and the one we're taking out, right? And all of that height there, there's only supposed to be 1 layer of skin, and it's supposed to lay right down on the nail. So all of this height is built up. That's all excess. I'm not going to really pick at this today. I just want to do a survey and show you where we are. You can see the multiple layers there of dead skin. They're starting to peel off. You can see how this is compressing now and flattening out where it used to be round. These lumps are under the skin here. This changes all the time, day to day. It'll be more or less baggy depending on how much of this junk is moved down or how much of it is emptied out. Like I said, you can see this in the this is emptying out up here, and I can feel this. This has become vacant here. This is a void now underneath there, but this is all feels like callus skin that's built up here in a wedge, but actually it's just accumulated dead cell material under the skin, and this top skin is dead also. Layers and layers and layers of it. It's starting to come out. You can see it's brown. It's not the right color. When you do it like that, you can see the lumpy texture to it in the side light. This actually means that we're making progress. And you can see how wrinkly that is. That'll tighten up because the skin is elastic. And this, you can see this is moving out. See, this is actually new. This nail is not older than 6 months old because the old original top nails, the ones that were frozen in the cuticle for so many years, they've actually broken up, moved up, broken off, and they're gone. So this nail was back here. It's been broken loose. It's a new top nail made out of this old material that's been stashed up under here, plus the new material that's getting out underneath it. So, but it had enough time to form a top nail, and it has since been broken loose, and now it's traveling out. And this is newer material behind it, and it's a smaller dimension, and this is wasting down again. If I push that back, you can see that this is yet smaller, the dimension of the barrel. Back there is yet again, there's a less thickness. It's because there's so much material, I think, back here that this nail is actually can't flow out properly. It's getting jammed up to a certain extent, and plus there's too much material trying to get out. So it's making the nail be thicker than it actually would ordinarily want to be. So back here, each successive nail, now that we've got the process going in reverse, each successive nail that tries to form is wasting down a tad bit, nail to nail to nail. You can see that that's smaller back there, I think. You see how it dips right there and right here. This was back up under here, and this was back up under there, and now that's yet smaller. You see, this is starting to look like a top nail here, but it's all new material. This is not an old nail. This has been now excavated out. I excavated this yesterday. All of this was real bloody, but there's still so much surplus material on my fingertips, callus, dead cuticle skin, that it will roll right back up and try to rebury the nail. And new nail material will continue to try to come out and form a new repair nail or a cover nail on top to hide the damage and kind of knit it all back together and make it unitize it. This you can see. This is trying. There's a groove there that runs around that underneath the nail or here. Some of them have been pretty dramatic. You can see it on that side. It will run right around there. All of this should pick out and leave this gully that runs around. So that will happen here too. You see that? But this is all dead skin here built up on the front. This may actually be nail bed or something close to it, and then you have that nail overlaying it. But this is all trash, and it's got to go away. You can see the collar there. This, for years and years and years, I could not feel that this was callus. It felt like ordinary finger skin to me. I did not realize I had this huge buildup of callus skin on my fingers. But now, it's actually, I've actually gotten to the point where I can feel it. And I'm hoping when some of this stuff gets off, that I'll actually have feeling, a tactile feeling in my fingertips for the first time maybe in my whole life. I'll be able to feel something with my fingertips. I won't just be rubbing something with a huge callus. See, all of this, you see, this is just overlaying. This is an overlay here and build up, and it'll all scrape off. But underneath that yet is just a bumper. It's just a huge wad of callus. And when all of the nail is gone, you'll see this for what it is. And this cuticle line here will be perfectly round when the nail, or whatever's left of the nail, is not distending it. When all of this stuff that is making pushing the cuticle out in the corners and making it look more nail-like. When all of this garbage is gone, the cuticle itself will be revealed as being perfectly round, and it's drawing down like a drawstring bag on the nail bed underneath it, obscuring it. So when all of this goes away, then all of this will have to go away, because it's all just dead skin. It's just all callus buildup. And all of this, all of those layers that you see on the front, that's all just dead skin and callus. And it's how, I'm not putting it on there, just to have something to show you. This has been under my fingernails, whatever fingernails I had. This dead skin, all of this buildup has been under there, under whatever nails I had for the last 60 years. It's extended the length of my fingers. Even though the buildup is all dead skin, it's made my fingers longer. And when I get through with this, I might have to start on my toes. I didn't notice, even after I realized my problem with my fingers, I didn't realize I've got the same problem with my toes, because it's not as bad because I never bit my toenails the way I bit my fingernails. But other than that, I was not doing nail maintenance on my toes either, And so just not, cut it out, please. Hush. Come back in. You can't behave, Clyde. Come in. Hush. I mean it. So, but it was the same thing on my toes. I wasn't doing nail maintenance, and I wasn't pushing the cuticle back every day, and so I have this buildup. And when the nails come off, when I trim them all back as far as I can, you'll be able to see this flubber bumper around of dead skin that is built up. It's all the same thing there. You can see the collars. You can see the... It's revealing really well now. You can see all the lumps of stuff underneath the skin. You can see it deflating. You can see the brown tone, the nicotinous cast to the skin, which means that the skin is actually dead. It's buttery or rubbery, and it just scales off. It's actually like, you can actually rub it off like that. So these side nails now have to come off because they're allowing this plate to exist will accept this material that's flowing out, and it'll come out and try to cover all of this. So I don't want that area anymore. I want to get rid of these side nails. So anything that comes out will just be here. It won't flow all the way out here because then I'm going to have to trim it off. I have to get it off. And it's not helpful that it's occupying a larger area. So I'm going to have to get all these wings off and try to get the nails scaled back down to the to being straight on the sides the way they're supposed to be, so that the paddle-shaped nails won't continue to regenerate themselves out of this dead cell material that's up under here. You see, there's more and more and more. All of it has to go away. It's all built up. None of it was ever supposed to be there. It's all of this. You can call it psoriasis of the nails if you want to, but actually it's just an accumulation of damage that is, all of this has come to be because of poor biting my fingernails and poor nail maintenance. It doesn't depend, but you will have buildup on your hands, and you will have nails build up on your hands, stacks and stacks and stacks of them, even if you never bit your fingernails. Just if you did not do proper nail maintenance every day. You'll still get a certain amount of this damage. All of this is dead skin. All of it is going to flake off. So you might reduce another 1/16 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch of dead skin off the front of my finger. And the nail, when all of this buildup back here comes off, the nail will be visible and start to form back here, wherever the nail bed or plate, I think they call it in the textbook, nail plate. I've always called it the nail bed, but it starts back here somewhere. So as my finger, the length of my finger diminishes as I take off this dead material, it's not going to shorten my fingernail ultimately, because it will start further back here. This is a little thinner, but it's still spread out. It's still paddle shaped. I'm trying to get trimmed off at the back and on the sides. But you can see now this is just a huge buildup of dead skin, cuticle skin, all the way around. And this, the thumbnail on the right is yet wider, but I'm starting to be able to get in there and scale it too. It's such a mishmash of part nails and overlays and conglomerations of stuff that it's hard to, it doesn't separate out and come off cleanly. So this is newish nail, but it's got to break up too, break back. It's got to skinny down. This is still clipped on the back corner where this cuticle skin has overlapped the nail. See, as these nails go away now, you can see that this actually wants to be perfectly round. And when that comes off, that's that gully, that's that. Whatever it is. Have I got one exposed? There. Like that. This will all pick off. This is just filler. It's come in there and it's filled up that groove to make a firm base for the nail that's coming out over it. And the fact that it's so successful and it actually comes up to the nail and makes contact with the nail, this is why you don't see white. You don't see the white. If you've got white streaks that run back or back along the side, it's just showing you that the nail is not in contact with the nail bed. But it will fool you just if this phony top nail is mashed down on this stuff to the point where there's no separation between it. It'll look like a normal nail if you don't know what's going on. So all of that will scale too off. And it'll show you that the nail is actually, this is just skin. The nail is actually back here. And it's bogus too. It's going to come off all the way back to there. And there's going to be more and more and more of this, however wide this is. It's the same all the way around. And all of it has to come off. It's actually progress. It looks about as bad as it has since I was 5 or 6 years old. But I'm not freaked out by it because I've seen these nails before. It didn't have this huge amount of buildup, but I know now what's going on. And I've got to get back. I've got to get back and get all of this. I think there's no hope of saving anything. All of the old crummy, bogus nails have got to go away. All the nail remnants, all of this junk has got to go away. It's got to leave a clean nail bed, and then once all of this is gone, all of this dead skin, maybe 1/8 of an inch of it or more all the way around, is all going to have to go away also. And then I will start making new nails. Once all of this has to evacuate, all of this old junk has to go away before I start making new nails with new dead cell material that's being shed by the body every day. That's the way it's supposed to work. It's not supposed to build up back here and create a reservoir of material to make nails out of. The dead cells that the body sheds every day are supposed to travel on out, form a nail, and get clipped off every day. In order for that process to work right, you have to do daily nail maintenance. You have to break your cuticles loose from the nail so that whole process doesn't start and the material doesn't start to backlog. As soon as you let your nail get glued down by the cuticle, then this dead cell material will start to backlog in your system. And I think it has serious health consequences over time. I think a lot of the stuff they call psoriasis is just the result of this stuff backing up in your system until it actually erupts through your skin like pimples. All these people you see with huge swollen legs, feet, with white crusty patches on their legs and with cracks in it and stuff erupting through the skin that they call psoriasis, I think all of that is caused by clogging up the process by which your body sheds this waste. That's my operating theory. But all of this is junk. And up until the time I started taking it off, it was all covered with nails that pushed the cuticle out, all the way out to there. The nail came all the way out to here. It overflowed the side of this buildup. It became paddle-shaped, and the nail itself assumed this shape. It covered the whole mess. and it all has to go away. I'm going to put up the 2 videos I made yesterday and this little short survey. Look at that. All of those layers of dead skin are peeling back now. Back from the cuticle edge. We're getting there. It's a slow, painful process, but it's actually going to get me where I want to be. So I hope this is helpful to somebody. This is what they call psoriasis of the nail. Actually, it's just a result of poor nail maintenance. So when your nails start breaking up, when your top nail has been frozen so long that it actually starts to corrode in place, hopefully then you'll get a clue, if not before. So good luck with you on your journey if you're embarking on this. It's not a dead end. You can actually get rid of this damage, no matter how long, because this is since I was 5 years old, and I'm 73. So no matter how long you've been doing this damage, it's possible to reverse it and restore nail health. And I think it's important that you do it. Human beings need a lot of maintenance, and it takes a lot of time, and a lot of us neglect it. And it's not entirely negligence. It's just if you're not taught something, you don't know it. It's not necessarily going to occur to you that this stuff actually needs to be done every day if nobody ever told you. Nobody ever told me how to take care of my nails, or that I should. It was never even mentioned. So there you go. Look at that. What a mess that is, huh? But that's actually in retreat. The fact that it's all scaling off means that I'm making progress. All of this is dead. I can feel it now. It didn't feel dead before. All those years that, I had these big top nails. If I rubbed my finger like that, I could not tell it was callous. Now I know it's drying up. Now I can feel it. Now I can tell that the texture is wrong. Now I can tell the color is wrong. Now I can tell the shape of my fingers is wrong, that they're lumpy where they shouldn't be. And once you see it, then you have a chance of correcting it. So, stay in touch.